You know what? Don't feel bad if you don't have all the answers right here, right now, because everybody's kind of just trying to figure out their way. And even if you do have a plan, sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. So then you got to be flexible with it, and you end up in an entirely different place than you thought you were going to be. So if things aren't kind of going your way, don't get discouraged. It's just kind of part of the journey, but it's good to have clarity about what you want so that you can get there faster, more efficiently, if it's right for you. So if it's not, it won't work out. I mean, everything always works out in the end. I had a mother of the bride who was very wise tell me one day, she shared some of her wisdom with me. She basically said, the biggest thing with young adults is that they freak out. They think if they lose a job, then it's the end of the world. They think if they lose a relationship, again, it's the end of the world. But it's not. Everything works out in the end. Basically, if you're lucky enough to become old and get to an old age, then you tend to realize that things always work out for the best. When you're more aware and you're not holding yourself back, you usually end up with the right person, you end up with the right job, you end up happy, or you end up, satisfied. You realize that everything that you've gone through was for a reason, that you learned from that experience, that you took something from it. And if you don't have that mentality, and you're just thinking you're just dragging yourself behind, that people have just torn you down. You gotta take something from it, from every experience, good or bad. The universe doesn't really see anything as good or bad. It's simply serving you or not serving you. And the more aware that you are, whether it's serving you or not, which is indicated about your feeling about it, then the better it works out. So if it bothers you, that's an indicator. If it doesn't bother you, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's easy to let go. But if something bothers you, or it stands out to you, it resonates with you, it means something to you, the meaning, and your brain, your soul, you choose what the meaning is. And what's great about that is that that's your choice. You can always choose how you want to handle a situation. You can always choose how you feel about it. And it's tricky kind of being able to choose how you want to take something. But anyway, in the end, things always tend to work out for the best. Your feelings, whether you like it or not, whether you are intending it to or not, usually get you to the right path or to the right destination for you. And that's why it's so important to be intentional about your decisions and who you hang out with and what you decide to do, how you help people, because that's your choice. And you can have the power over your own mind. You can have the power over your own destiny. The older I get, the more I realize that, yes, I do believe that fate has a small part in it. It nudges you in certain directions, but for the most part, you are in control of your own destiny. You're in control of what you want in life, whether you want things that serve you or don't. So people who are good for you or not. Laziness will get you things that make you miserable. Taking responsibility and being intentional about what you want is what's going to make you happy. Happiness is not an accident. Happiness is intentional, and happiness is a skill. Believe it or not, happiness is a skill that some people choose not to develop, choose not to bring into their life. It's sad. It's tragic, really. It's easier said than done. I can tell you, it's definitely easier said than done. But develop that skill. You'll be happy you did.